Hello there, educators. I bet you're surprised to see me on a video. I'm surprised to be on the video. I thought I would take the opportunity to break down some of the things that have been written for you in email and try and explain some things using words in the hope that it might give some clarity and a greater understanding to some of the things that are happening. Before I get into explaining some things, I'd like to do what I always do when we meet, and that is acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands on which we work, meet and play, and we pay our respects to the elders, past, present and future, for they hold the memories, the culture and the dreams of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. We recognise and respect their cultural heritage, beliefs and continual relationships with the land, and we recognise the importance of the young people who are the future leaders. And with this being Reconciliation Week, it's a good time to remind everybody that in order to achieve true reconciliation, we all have to understand exactly what our Indigenous people have been through. We have to understand the true history, and we have to develop some understanding and appreciation of their culture and their history. I know that this has been an extremely challenging and stressful time for you all. It's been very confusing, it's been a time of rapid change, and it's been a time of great uncertainty. I want to thank you for your patience. I want to thank you for your calm approach when you're ringing and asking questions, and I just want to thank you for remaining open. In my eyes, educators are frontline workers. They're dealing with people every day, little people's adults, and little people and adults bring germs with them. Now, I know you've all got wonderful strategies in place to minimise the risk of spreading or catching coronavirus, so keep those strategies going. Hygiene, hand hygiene and hygiene around your home is the number one way to keep yourself, your families, the children in your care and their families safe. So good on you for all the cleaning that you're doing and all the hygiene practices, and I just encourage you to keep going with those things. Keep yourselves and keep everyone that you work with safe. I just want to explain how the payment system to Mission Australia works so that you understand how much money we have to be able to pay on to educators. So the government looked at a 2-week period of childcare in February. Now they did this for all family daycare services and for all centre-based childcare services. They looked at the total number of hours of care that was offered and the maximum amount that we could be paid for that care, and then they're paying us approximately half of that amount. The maximum that they pay is $5.55 per hour. So not only do educators only receive half of what they could normally be earning, if educators are working hours where they have a higher rate of childcare fee, for example, nighttime care, Saturday care, Sunday care, public holiday care, none of that can be paid at a higher rate. It can only be paid at $5.55 per hour. In addition to the government having a $5.55 an hour cap on childcare fees and not taking into account educators who are providing more hours of care than they were in February, and not taking into account the fact that some educators were on holidays in February. The other thing is that the government is not paying all absences. So if children are attending regularly and they are absent because they are sick, we're able to cover those. But for children who are being kept at home for long periods of time, for weeks on end and don't come into care, they are not paying those absences, so therefore Mission Australia is not able to pay our educators those absences. Most of you are receiving a payment from Mission Australia each fortnight called a top-up payment. So the top-up payment is only one part of the relief package. The other part of the relief package is Jobkeeper. So when you're looking at how much you earn, it is essential that you add top-up payment and Jobkeeper together, because these two amounts combined equal your income as an educator. Now, some educators are only receiving Jobkeeper. If you are only receiving Jobkeeper, that's because back in February, when we looked at the reference period, you were earning less than $1,500 a fortnight. So if you were earning less than $1,500 a fortnight, you can't be given a top-up payment as well as Jobkeeper. Educators who were earning more than $1,500 a fortnight in February in the reference period, and who are also continuing to work those hours or more, they are also given a top-up payment from Mission Australia. Now, I want to say again, you have to remember that this top-up payment is only 50% of what you would have previously earned. And you have to add the top-up payment together with the Jobkeeper payment to equal your total income. Now, if you think about pre-free childcare, educators were paid by parents and CCS. So those two payments together equaled your income. So look at it the same way. Two payments, top-up payment from Mission Australia and Jobkeeper payment. Together, that's your income. Now, we have a small number of educators who are not eligible for Jobkeeper. It's a very difficult time for those educators. Some of them are not even earning a top-up payment. So for those educators, it's extremely stressful. Mission Australia has applied on their behalf for Jobkeeper, and as soon as we hear the results of that application, those educators who are affected will be contacted personally to be told the outcome of Mission's application. Now, if you have questions about Jobkeeper or your top-up payment or anything to do with payments, you have two options. You can either email elsupport_@missionaustralia.com.au, or you can call the 1-800 number. I want to ask you not to call Helen directly and not to email Helen directly about pays or Jobkeeper. So Helen was working on the 1-800 number for a few weeks, but her time's finished and she's now working full-time as an ESO again. So she needs to be able to work with her educators. But we have two other wonderful Mission Australia staff who are manning the phone and who are constructing answers to emails that are sent to EL support. I just want to talk a little bit about COVID-19. And again, I want to thank you all for continuing to work, and thank you all for the high level of hygiene that I know you are ensuring within your services. There's some really, really important things I want you to remember. If you are advised that a child is being tested for COVID-19, or one of your family members is being tested for COVID-19, or a child's family member is being tested for COVID-19, you must notify us immediately. Please don't wait until you get the results before you contact us. That's too late. We need to know immediately. Also, if you are notified that a child or one of your own family members is being tested for COVID-19, you need to act as though that child or your family member is actually positive until you get the negative results. And by that we mean you have to clean like crazy to ensure that anybody else who comes into contact with anything in your environment is safe. If it's one of your own family members who is being tested for COVID-19, you need to speak to your ESO immediately, and she'll be able to advise you as to what steps to take. During this time, it's essential that we don't take sick children into care, and that if children become unwell during the day, we send them home immediately. So any children that have flu-like symptoms, temperatures, that sort of thing, they need to go home, or if they arrive with a temperature, they can't stay. If you're having difficulties with parents listening to you, contact your ESO, and if need be, your ESO or myself can speak to the family and let the family know the importance of keeping children at home. Also, if you as an educator are unwell, then you need to close your service until you're well enough to care for children without the risk of spreading anything. To finish off, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all of your effort, for all of your hard work. Thank you for remaining open. Thank you for being frontline workers. You do a great job. I think at the best of times, working in childcare can be a thankless role, but during this current pandemic, I'm sure many of you feel that it is very thankless. But just try and stay focused. Try and remember why it is that you do what you're doing. You know, it's all about the children, the love for children, the love for early education. Just stick with that. I do believe we're over the worst of it, and I'm hoping that come July, we'll be back to what we were previously. That's not a guarantee, that's just my hope. But we're here to support you, we're here to work with you, so please don't hesitate to speak up if you need support or you need assistance. The ESOs are doing an amazing job. They're there to help you, they're there to support you and guide you. So please speak up if you need something from your ESO or from myself, because we want to be able to help you. But thank you. We're really proud of all of our educators. We're proud of the way that you're conducting yourselves. We're proud of the fact that you're still open, and we're very, very grateful and honoured to be working with you. Thank you.